What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport. So I decided to head up to the shop today. It was pouring earlier and finally the weather freed up. So I wanted to play around a little bit, putting some things together on our Honda Civic project car. But today's video is not going to be about this. Just wanted to show you guys I got the tail light started. Got our gloss black emblems, which you guys will get a chance to look at in the next video on this car. And we're going to be doing some touch-up paint, the front bumper, and the mirrors on this. And finally finishing it up by lowering it and doing something with the rims and really doing a deep detail cleaning inside. And she will be off for sale. But today's video is going to be on the red SC300. If you guys don't already know, Zay decided that he needed that green SC300 in his life. So he is now daily driving that. And ironically, we both had the same issue where these cars sat for a while, and both of us, the front driver's tire, at least I think it's that on this one, we definitely knew it was that on his car, has a bubble in it. We swapped his out for the spare in the trunk. It still has a wobble, he said, so we're going to have to be doing some suspension work, but we kind of knew that going into these projects. And so we've got two kind of different goals with these cars. Mine has a little bit lower mileage. My first thing I want to do is the manual swap before going with any type of performance like turbo. I did say in the last video when we picked this car up that I was hoping to do some NA tunes to it, not knowing how the 2JZ performed with those. I thought I'd be able to get 350, 300 horsepower, no problem. Unfortunately, you're looking at maybe 275 doing header exhaust, but I am going to go that route mainly because I love the sound of the 2JZ motor. I really miss my VR6 Passat. If you guys haven't seen those videos, I used to own a wagon Passat for a while. I did exhaust on that, and that car was pushing right around the same 275 to 300 horsepower. It did feel very powerful. It was probably a little bit heavier than this car, so I'm excited to feel this car has some pickup, a little bit better than the green one. But we are going to be doing, full tune-ups on these spark plugs, wires, all that type of good stuff, just because we don't know where this car has been. I'm about to get under and do a oil change. Also, the first thing that I'm going to be doing on this car so that I can daily drive it is getting this mold out and figuring out where the leak is. If you didn't tune in last time, when I picked this car up, it had been sitting in a used lot. The interior was in pretty good shape. I've got to pull these seats out because they thought the fuel pump was gone. But the main reason why I got a good deal on this because they could not sell it, because if you look at it, it's got mold. I am going to be cleaning that up probably on this episode on a later day, but on the same video that you guys are going to be watching. I'm going to start with the oil. I went down and picked up my favorite oil, which is the Any Mobile One synthetic. This is high mileage synthetic. And they always have deals on these with filters at Advanced Auto, so I got this pretty cheap, like 30 bucks with the filter. The car does take a little bit more than 5 quarts, but I have some more of that at home because we use that in my wife's car. And so I'm going to add a little bit to top it off and get it right where it needs to be. Also, on both of our cars, the interiors are in pretty good shape. Dashes, no cracks, no major. I mean, we got some, wear along here. Zay's is a little bit worse. His front seat's a little damaged. Mine's in perfect shape. So we've got a couple things here and there, but for the age, they're in excellent condition. His is one owner, and mine is unknown because I picked it up. We paid $1,000 for the red one, and we had a fun trip back. I'm going to put that video link down below if you haven't checked it out yet. When we picked the car up, it basically stalled out in front of some basically a police bus, and we had to deal with trying to get it started. Finally, the thing fired up. Since I've gotten it back, it has not stalled out once. I did run some fuel cleaner through it and just let it run, and then started revving it once it got warmed up. And the car has been starting up perfectly. You'll see that in this video, so I'm very happy about that. The fuel pump has no issues that I see. I was thinking the fuel filter definitely need to be changed, but I'll probably be getting to that and the fuel pump eventually because they're very easy to change and they're very inexpensive. I'm going to do a quick walk around for you guys because this is really one of the first videos I'm doing on this car after that horrible day we had trying to get it back here. As you can see, the body is very straight. It's mainly just paint that needs to be done, and this front bumper has a crack down there. I am most likely either going to patch that and put a nice lip across the front, or we'll be doing an aftermarket bumper. I do want to lower the car and get rims almost on the immediate, and then start working on paint. And like I said, we're going to be doing some minor mods to this engine just because I love the sound. We'll be doing a modified big intake that I've seen people do on the SC400s, and others claim the SC300 you can gain some power. We're going to be doing headers and full exhaust, and I'm hoping, if I can get it on a dyno, if I can't, I'm hoping that it is somewhere between 275 and 290 horsepower. And if you guys know of anything else I can do that's not super expensive, because I will be eventually most likely turboing this car, but I want to daily drive it for at least 6 months to a year prior to doing that, whereas Zay is going to shoot for turboing his right away and keeping his automatic. I'm going to be putting my money into the manual swap. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get this car oils changed, and then fill you guys in on the cleaning. I'll show you guys clips of that, and hopefully I can get this car figured out so I can get it registered and on the road and start daily driving it. Because let me tell you, I love driving my S500, but this is not only a gas guzzler, but I have low miles on this. I don't want to run them up, and this car does need some attention because it's older on a few different things that I just can't get to while daily driving it. So this is the car that we're going to get to daily driving. So let's get started. All right, guys, got the oil change out of the way. It's a new day. Oil change went super smooth. And I just got back from picking up some new rims that we're going to throw on this car. So these are very unique. I really, really like them. They're off of Nissan, obviously, but the bolt pattern matches up, and I only paid 150 bucks. Now, these are the back ones. The tires are pretty decent on this. They're going to, last at least another 5,000 to 10,000 miles, no issues. The front ones, it's a different situation, but I want to mount these up because at least one or more tires has a bubble from sitting around so long on this car. I've checked the suspension. It seems like everything's good on that. I'm going to really get everything up in the air when I put these tires on. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those on, and we're going to get to cleaning. Let me show you guys what I picked up. I saw a video of a gentleman who cleaned a similarly dirty car with a lot of mold, grease, and grime, and he used the Mother's VLR, and it seems to work really well on cleaning leather, vinyl, obviously, that's what it's designed for. And I'm usually using Simple Green, but I do know that it can be very harsh when used specifically in the concentrate form on leather. And I want to keep this leather nice. I'm not going to be changing the color or anything like that. Really just kind of getting it back to its back to its original way that it was, softening it up and so forth. But we're going to start with a deep clean and using Mr. Clean Magic Erase. So I'm pretty excited about that because I've never used that on an interior. And I got me a whole bunch of towels as well too. So I've got the microfiber towels for wiping everything down, and I'm going to grab myself a scrub brush for scrubbing the floor with the Simple Green. And I'm actually going to go pick up in a little bit the steam cleaner that I have at my house so we can steam clean the carpet and get all this nasty grime out. Let me show you guys what it looks like now. The door panel, probably the least dirty out of everything else, and this front seat, it looks like they cleaned it up nice. But when you step back here, you've got all this mold up top, down here, and along that door panel there. And I want to show you guys this now because we're going to get on the spraying it down with the VLR and the Magic Eraser. I'll show you guys a side-by-side of, I'll probably go right down the middle of what it looks like after being cleaned. And then we got to figure out where our leak is because there was some remnants of water coming down here, and it doesn't seem like any of our window seals have any gaps. I mean, maybe right there, but it's very hard to tell where it could be going. Now, this window could have been changed out, and this could be where it's going. So I could even probably do some sealant down here just as a precautionary, and maybe that'll keep any water from coming into the car. But I really want to try to figure out exactly where it's coming from so we can seal that off. So let's get started. I'm going to jack the car. We're going to get our new rims on there, see how that looks, and I'm going to play around the suspension and fill you guys in. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I just got done putting the rims on, and I had sprayed down the VLR just on this half when I went to put the rims on. I'm going to spray it down once again, and I've got my Magic Eraser. Now, I've been playing around with the door panels earlier, and they're starting to get really clean, but I may need to bleach some of the mold that's just not coming off. So let's see how it comes off on this panel here. so you guys can see it as I'm doing it. So that looks like it's coming really clean. Let me show you guys here. Now, what I'm finding is this stuff here, which is like the heavy mold, almost like a rust look that sat on there for a while, is almost embedded into the leather. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take some bleach and just hit those spots because I don't want to ruin the leather. But the rest of this nasty mucky stuff seems to be coming completely off with the VLR and the magic eraser. So I definitely like it. I'm gonna do the rest of this car. I'm gonna fill you guys in, and then I'll probably fill you in if I use simple green, bleach, whatever I use. The carpets are really nasty as well, so I'm gonna pull out the floor mats, and we got a pressure washer. I'm gonna pressure wash those, and we're gonna scrub the carpets with simple green, and then we're going to use a steam cleaner on it. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, I am very sold on this VLR combination with the magic eraser. This is really just my first run going over this whole section, and you guys know this was absolutely disgusting. Now I want to show you real quick so you can see the difference between just using the VLR, which is a very nice product. It leaves a nice soft residue, not really a residue, but keeps the leather feeling nice and soft. But if I were just to spray VLR on this and wipe it off, it's not nearly coming that clean. You can still see a lot of the residue on there. But if I spray it and I use the magic eraser, let me just wipe it clean. You can see there it pulls up everything. Like you can see here where the VLR was. If I wipe it clean, it's still very nasty, mucky. Like it won't remove that spot right there. But if I take the magic eraser, comes right off. So hopefully this helps you guys out if you're looking to clean a really nasty car like this. There's tons of mold in here. My first thing is to keep the leather protected, some of these plastics, by not using anything harsh. So I'm starting with the least harsh, and then I'll build up. I'm probably going to use, if I come over to the door panel over here, I got this nice and sprayed down, and use the magic eraser, but these spots here were not coming up, and I'm thinking I just need to get some bleach on there. This is a lower panel, so I'm not as concerned with this. It's a little harder of a material, so I'll fill you guys in on that. I'll get some probably some bleach. I tried the simple green, still didn't work, so I'm going to put a little bleach on there, see if that basically kills that stain and removes it. So stay tuned, guys. You see how nasty that carpet is. We're going to be using simple green on that. Okay guys, so I'm going to fill you in again. I played around with some different products. Like I said, I was going to try to use some bleach. The bleach did work to remove the mold, but I wanted to be very cautious not to get it on the carpet or anything, so I didn't leave any stains. And I also did not want to ruin the leather because I noticed that it was working really quick over on the other door, and I wanted to make sure that I could put something on, leave it on for a little bit, and then get it off. So I picked this up. It's a lot lighter of a bleach substance, and it worked extremely well in combination with the magic eraser. And I'm going to show you here real quick. you can see I sprayed this whole thing down, and you can see where the bleach solution started to change the color, and then this is where I wiped it with the magic eraser. So it's a completely different color. You see that top part there, and then you see where it fades into here, and this part I have not touched yet. You see how nasty that carpet is. The simple green on the other side, you're gonna be shocked at how clean just scrubbing it got. So we're gonna finish up getting these door panels, the inside panels, and then I'm gonna grab my steam cleaner and we're gonna get to the carpet. All right, guys, this is a very tedious thing, but I really want to fill you guys in when I find out different ways of doing this. So far, the magic eraser and the Walmart bleach all-purpose cleaner is able to get all the mold off, and I've pretty much almost got everything on the doors. It does take a lot of time. You can see I started down there. That spot still, I might have to hit it with a little bit of heavier bleach when I get back to the house. But the seats themselves are really just dirty, like really, really dirty. And the the mother's VLR, if you just spray a little on there, and you can let this sit on there. The good thing about this is it's good for the seat, so it's designed for leather. You want to make sure you use, I was just using this on there, but use a different magic eraser than the one you were using with the bleach. And it worked pretty much right away. So I'm going to show you guys here live on the seats how well it's going to work. And I had just done that middle section, if you could see the difference there. And you'll see the magic eraser is really pulling up all that nasty grime. And now the seats are going to look almost brand new. And then you want to always keep a towel nearby. And the nice thing is this is actually conditioning the seats, whereas when I'm doing the bleach over here, I'm trying to go as light as possible, and you can still see I haven't gotten all the mold off because I can feel it almost deteriorating. I don't want to say it's ruining it, but you can feel it's not conditioning the leather on these panels. So you want to make sure you only use it when you have to. I did want to fill you in on that. And the magic eraser does work really good on these button panels as well too. So I've done quite a bit there. I'm going to keep filling you in if I find out anything else, and I'm going to show you guys the final results. Okay guys, moving on to the carpet cleaning. You can see how disgusting this is, how this side is. Now that's kind of the before, and this is the after. It's hard to see from these angles. There's a lot of spots that look dirty, but it's just the angle of the carpet. But basically I used just a home steam cleaner, put boiling water, well, near boiling water, simple green concentrate, and I used the scrubby attachment. I also used a scrub brush and some towels in areas that I couldn't get. Let me see if I could get you the back seat here. You can see how, well, it's kind of hard to see in there, but you get the idea. It's coming real clean. I'm going to show you guys the entire final thing. I've also got the floor mats that I'm going to clean, so that's going to cover up most of that area anyways. Okay, so what I did was I pulled up the panel around here because down in these crevices, I cleaned this down. See, as we get down here, see how there's a bunch of mold and nasty gunk. I'm going to get all that cleaned out. The way that I remove this is you pop up this first, and then there's screws all along inside here, up and down inside there. And then you're able to pull this cup holder out, which is where I put all my screws. And there's a couple more screws down in there. So I'm going to get all this cleaned out. Also along this edge I got. And we're going to reassemble this. Okay guys, I couldn't be happier with the results of, really I'm going to call this my first run through. I do plan on doing an even deeper cleaning. But I got amazing results just by using the products I'm about to show you guys that I showed you throughout the video. And you can really see these door panels looked absolutely terrible when I started. The seats almost look brand new. This one is actually like in very good shape, this driver's seat. I used the VLR and the magic eraser on this and got all the grime, the dirt out of it. We used the steam cleaner with the simple green on the carpet. You can see there, there's some stain, and I even tried straight bleach on it. That's one of the things that I'm going to have to figure out and get some deep cleaning. You can even see along the edge there, there's some stains. But overall, everything came out really, really nice. The other thing is on this seat here, I got a little bit more cleaning to do, and then a little patch that I'm going to have to do there, which is not bad. The carpet came out pretty clean, but a lot of it is actually stained to a point where I'm going to have to use something heavy duty. You can see the door panels. I have not put the rear seats back in, but look at that panel. I don't know if you remember how that panel looked when we started. Obviously, I got to clean the windows. Come back around, show you guys this panel. You can see I even got up on top here. So this is about 3 days of cleaning. Now, that's not 3 days straight. You know, I do work a full-time job, and we're in Florida. It's in the 90s, and so I can only spend an hour here and there before I feel like I'm going to pass out. I wanted to get this video, and then also got new tires and alignment done on the rims. Let me know if you guys like the gold rims. I actually typically have hated gold rims, except for on one vehicle. And the reason why I got these ones is because it kind of matched the style that I like. The only true gold rims that I've seen was on a STI WRX. It was a wagon, but I also liked it on the standard one. If you guys know of the white with the gold, I really like that, and I really want to paint this car a pearl white. It's going to be a difficult task to go from red to white because of all the crevices. I'm going to have to take the doors apart, get inside the door cracks, the hood, all of that. I picked up, these are actually really nice tires. I got a really good deal on them. They are BF Goodrich G-Force Comp 2, and they're offset. So I mean, you got wider in the back, and you've got thinner in the front. Downside to that is you cannot rotate the tires, but the look of it is much better in my opinion. Give you an angle there. So I'm very happy with that. I'm super happy the way the car's coming out. It is driving beautifully. I've got the floor mats drying out here, and those will go in a second. I got the back seat, which is in pretty good shape. I got that up at the shop, mainly because I still have to seal off the window because we had a water leak and there was water getting down under there, and I didn't want to put the seat back in and have to deal with that. You can see still a little stained over there in that corner. It looks actually worse on camera than it does while I'm looking at it here. But, you know, that's the first run with steam cleaner. This car was very neglected. But from right here, I mean, it looks absolutely amazing compared to what it looked like when I started. If you look at these seats look great. So I hope you guys like the outcome. Also, this whole center area here, I pulled the whole thing apart and cleaned all inside everything. And that came out really nice. This needs to be replaced as well too, so that's one of the things, and also the shifter boot. So my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. There's going to be a ton of videos. We have two SC300s on the channel, and we're going to be doing two different types of builds. This one is going to be my daily driver. I want to keep it NA, at least for the time being, and I want to keep it automatic for a short time being. My next big buy is going to be 5-speed manualing it, and yeah, I'm going to be lowering it. I've got some lowering, not even lowering springs, they're actually coilovers coming in that we're going to be installing next week. I've got headers, downpipe, and I'm going to be doing exhaust, and shortly after, hopefully doing the manual swap. So stay tuned, guys, if you want to see that on this channel. Like, subscribe, and share. My name's Pete, and this is Pete's Carport. Have an awesome day, guys.